Hello again, fishalots, and welcome to another edition of Fishing with Johnny Fishalot. Let's hang out for a little bit and let's talk fishing rods. More specifically, let's talk two categorizations of fishing rods that confuse both beginner and experienced anglers alike, and that is power and action, and what that means for you specifically in terms of matching your rod to the exact fishing application you're looking for to catch yourself more fish. And stick around to the end of the episode. I'll share with you the number one thing I think everyone needs to realize when purchasing fishing rods to make sure that fishing rod is right for you. So stick around and let's get into it. Well, all right, let's get into the first category of discussion, which is going to be power. And all power means is how stiff is the blank of the fishing rod, which translates into how much pressure do you have to exert on your fishing rod in order to get it to bend. And that is all power means. And they're typically these categories for the power rating behind rods. There's ultralight, light, medium, medium heavy, heavy, and extra heavy rod. So this is an extra heavy power rod, and you can tell I have to exert quite a bit of force on this rod to get it to bend. We're on the other side of the spectrum. You have an ultralight rod, and you can tell it takes very little to no exertion of force to get this rod to bend. Well, all right, fishalots, now that we know what the basic terminology of a power rating means for your rod, and that is just the amount of force it takes to put a bend in your rod, I laid out a number of rods for us here to take a look at this in more detail. I think a common misconception out there is that an extra heavy power rod or a light power rod dictates what kind of fish that you're going to catch. A heavy power rod means that you're going to catch very large fish, and an ultralight or light power rod means you're going to catch only small fish. And that is not the case. This power rating of these rods should not dictate what rod you choose depending on what fish you're after, or better yet, what fishing application you're looking to use for each rod. So for example, these three rods set up right here are extra heavy power rods. And so, let's just have some fun with this. Go ahead and leave me a comment below on which one you think is which. Which one of these rods do you think is meant for the bigger fish? Now just look at the rod's diameter here. This is by far the biggest blank. This is the next biggest blank, and this is the smallest blank. So we'll use the honor system here at Fishing with Johnny Fishalot, and I'll tell you it's this one. So this is a Shimano Trevally meant for tuna fishing. This is a John Skinner Dark Matter custom rod meant for jigging for inshore flounder and other inshore fish. And this is a custom rod I had made in Cape May, New Jersey for blackfish or tog and other inshore species of fish. But the way you're going to determine which rod is right for you, depending on what fish you're after, is by the rating of the rod. And that is what's written right on the base of these rods in what the rod and what the blank was actually made for. And as you could tell from this rod, if the camera zooms in, is that this is made for heavy applications of fishing. The line weight is 80 to 200 pounds, and the jigging weight is 160 to 270 grams, and this is an extra heavy powered rod. This is a rod I'm going to go to when I have to fish deep and when I have to fish heavy. So for example, I like to tile fish a lot, and in order to get my baits in the strike zone for tile fish, I'm going to have to use up to 3 pounds of weight and get that bait almost 500, sometimes even more than 500 feet below the surface of the earth. And with the currents and everything running, I need a strong, heavy rod to get that done and to trigger those bites. It's not that tile fish are bigger than tuna. There absolutely are not. It's just that the fishing application that I'm using to catch the fish requires a much stiffer, a much heavier rod. And all right, fishalots, so we just explained heavy power rods, but the question remains, well, can you catch a large fish using light powered rods or medium light power rods? And the answer to that is absolutely yes. As I stated before, you shouldn't really be looking at the power rating of a rod to determine the size of fish you're catching. It's all about the fishing application you're after. So you just saw I set the hook on a very nice striped bass. This fish is going to come in at 36 plus inches. And the reason why we're using a medium light rod in this example is because we're slow roll jigging. And we want to make sure that we're maintaining contact with that jig at all times so we keep that jig in the strike zone and trigger those bites. Now I'm fishing with Captain Joe Tack of Let's Go Fishing Guide Services out of Maryland, and you'll notice here at the end of the fight when Joe's leaning over the boat trying to thumb the fish, I'm going to have to turn this fish's head. And this medium light rod has plenty of power to it, and it's going to turn that fish with no problem whatsoever. I'll be able to turn the head. I fight the fish perfectly fine with this lighter power rod, and it works out great. So lighter power rods, in this case a medium light, absolutely can handle big fish. And again, it doesn't matter the size of the fish you're after. It matters the application of fishing that you're looking to employ in order to catch your fish. And that's how you should be determining what rods are right for you. If you are interested in learning more about slow roll jigging in the wintertime for striped bass, I'll leave a link of this exact video in the description below. So if you click on that, it'll take you right to this day out on the water where me and Captain Joe Tack had an excellent day of striper fishing. And hey, if you're getting value out of this already, make sure to smash that like button and we'll move on to the next category, which is action. Okay, next up, let's talk about action. Now there's typically 3 categories or 3 ratings for action. It's fast, moderate, and slow. And yeah, and there's certain variations of that as well. So like you may have moderate fast rods and different things like that. But all that means is where the rod was designed to bend. So this is an extra fast rod, and you could tell that the bend of this rod was only designed for the top quarter of the rod. So basically from about here to the end of the rod. And that's it. This is a 7.5 foot rod. It's quite big rod, and there's very little bend at the base of this rod, as you can see here. Now, by contrast, a moderate action rod, something like this guy, is going to bend about halfway down the rod, something like that. So you can see the bend in this rod is dramatically more and goes more down the base of the rod. And something like a slow power rod is actually going to bend pretty much all the way down to the base of the rod. Okay, now what does that mean? So you got fast, extra fast, moderate, slow, you name it. And really, again, it just comes down to the application of fishing that you're employing to catch whatever fish it is that you're after. Now, for me, and before I even go any further, so much of fishing, guys, is personal preference. So leave me a comment below. Let's get the conversation going. Let's get all the fishalots on board and start talking about what their preferences are when it comes to actions and power of rods. So for me, my preference is moderate power rods I'm going to use for more light bait applications. So if I'm going to throw on a piece of bunker, fishing for bluefish or striper or something like that, I want a moderate action rod. You guys saw me fishing for carp in a few videos, and this is a pack bait. Again, this is a very soft bait. It's panko and jello basically that I smush around this method lead, and I want a medium power rod for that because when I go to cast, I don't want my lure or my bait going that way and my hooks and weight going that way. Let me know if you've seen that happen. I've seen that happen so much in surf fishing where a guy comes out, he's got this huge stick of a rod and he puts on a bunch of bloodworm and they go to cast and they're like, put all their muscle behind it, right? They're trying to cast out in the canyon to catch a tuna with those bloodworms, and the bloodworms go that way and their weight and hook go that way. So let me know if you've ever seen that. And the reason why that happens is because they're not matching the rod, the action of the rod to the application of fishing that they're doing. Basically, this rod will load up slower and unload slower, allowing you to cast more accurately soft baits. Now, you'll also hear many preference of bass fishermen is to fish with medium action rods, moderate action rods when it comes to crankbaits. And you'll hear things like, oh, a moderate action rod will allow me to pin the fish better when I put a hook set on them with a crankbait. And what they're talking about is this crankbait with these treble hook, that moderate action rod gives you a lot more shock absorption. By the way, many of these folks also like to use monofilament because they're stretching the monofilament, which also allows some give so these treble hooks stay in the fish's mouth. Furthermore, let's say you're fishing with something like this big guy, and you can tell he got all bit up. This is a pencil popper fishing for striped bass or bluefish. We're fishing in the surf. Well, you're gonna have a lot of pressure in the surf, right? You're fishing this against current, and you want this lure to move right through the water. And so what I prefer for this as well is a moderate action rod. I need that shock absorption in the rod when I'm working it through the surf. Now, by contrast, if I'm fishing soft plastics like a paddle tail, different kinds of search baits, or even a topwater, smaller application of baits like a Zara Spook Jr. or something like that, I actually do prefer a fast action rod, because with something like this, with a single hook or even a smaller application of topwater lures, I could drive that hook through the fish's mouth much easier and quicker with a fast or extra fast action rod. Also, like I stated before, a fast action rod will load up quickly and unload quickly, which will allow you to cast more efficiently and much faster. So the number one thing that you really need to be conscious of when purchasing your next rod is that there is no industry standard at all for any of the terms that we just discussed. So basically, a Shimano fast action rod can be totally different from a Loomis fast action rod. And a Loomis heavy power rod can be totally different from a St. Croix heavy power rod. And I'll show you exactly that right now. Let's go take a look. So here are three different rods. One's a Shimano Terramar. That's this rod right over here on my far left. In the middle, you have a TFO. And on the far right, you have a Loomis E6X rod. Now, these are all medium heavy rods, and they're all fast action or extra fast action. So let's take a look at the Shimano first. So now on the Shimano rod, this is the Terramar. You have a 7-foot, 6-inch rod. Its line capacity is 10 to 20 pounds. Its lure weight is a ½ ounce to 1½ ounces, and it's a medium heavy rod, extra fast action, and that's the Shimano Terramar. If you go over to the TFO, okay, this is the TFO Professional. You can tell it's medium heavy, 8 to 17 pound test line. Again, it's a 7-foot, 6-inch rod, just the same, and it's fast action, and its lure capacity is now 3/8 to 1 ounce. Very different from the Shimano. This is a Loomis E6X, and this is the lightest of the three. So you could tell here, it's medium heavy, the same exact power rating as the other two. It's fast action, and let's take a look. And it's a 7-foot, 6-inch rod as well. Now let's take a look at the rating of the rod. It's 8 to 17 pound test line, same as a TFO, only its lure weighting is even less. It's designed for a 1/4 ounce to 3/4 ounce lure application. Okay, and there you have it. So there is no industry standard. You have three rods with the exact same rating and categories between power and action, and yet the rods were designed for totally different things. I hope you found value out of this video, and if you did, make sure to go ahead and click on this end card right here where I'll share more helpful tips and tricks that could help you maximize your time out on the water and catch more fish. I'll also put a link of other videos I did with bass, crappie, striper, you name it, in the description below, so you could also check out those videos. I'll also have a list of all the equipment we discussed here today, as well as other useful fishing equipment that you could use to help you out on your next fishing trip. So all right, fish lots, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you out there on the water.